you can see that the map actually looks like it does in the video game. Everything's to scale, everything looks right, everything's where it should be, and I did it all by sight. I just walked around the video game with my character and tried to follow it. That's how I made the map. The only other options I had to build from as far as blueprints go was to go online and find pictures like this and then turn it into this. And as you can see, pretty much everything is where it needs to be. There are little differences that I've put in there, either because I didn't have the pieces or because it was just a design change on my part, but pretty much everything's the same way it is in the video game. There's the energy cores and the things, the weird rocks sticking out of the ground on the beach, the palm trees, and the sand was very hard to make because I couldn't make mounds or hills with the sand, so it's kind of flat, which is disappointing, but it's okay. I don't have any more pieces to finish that side of the map, but that's alright. The seawall was originally supposed to be sand red, but I couldn't find any large quantities of sand red pieces except for roof tiles, so I made the roof tiles sand red and the wall was brown. And here's the ground cover, and you can see some of the pieces are flat pieces, just because I didn't have enough brown stub pieces. This shows you the transition from the front of the map to the side. I even went so far as to put a little Camp Frohman sign on the map. Pretty cool. Now that thing in the bottom of the screen, that like tiki head thing that sticks out of the ground, I couldn't get it perfect out of Legos. I don't know why. Now these things were extremely hard to make because the fan took me forever. I couldn't figure it out, and so I got as close to it as I could with hinges. And just like in the video game, the bridge actually, when you remove the yellow piece, falls down just like it does in the video game, and it's held up there just by itself. Now right here, this piece, the bottom of the fan, is very important, and I'm going to show you why it's so important. But remember that it goes underneath most of the other Legos on the map. Here's the rocket bridge where the rocket launcher is supposed to be. And you see the back of this main structure, the stripes on the wall. I had to retake apart that structure just to make those stripes. It was pretty hard, but I did it. And you see these this hole back here, that's actually in the game. Little things like that no one else would notice, but I want to put them in there. There's actually a hole that goes into the base. And that's pretty much it. Everything's there, just like in the video game. It's about 95% complete. The model needs a little bit more work, but it's pretty much done. There's me, and it's a pretty big model, you guys. So now I'm going to show you how I made it. These are the earliest pictures I ever took of the model right here. It's the seawall, and I originally made it out of tan Lego bricks, but the problem was that I didn't like the color, and it wasn't a perfect model, so I decided to take it apart and rebuild rebuild them into the other structures of the map. And I made the little tower and the big main facility. The little tower actually got rebuilt again like twice during my time of building the map, so it had Lego sign in the back. But this is how the bottom of the fan is held in place on the map. It's actually a big cradle, you see. So just like a skateboard ramp would be put in, you just take the half pipe, I guess, and slide it in there. The half pipe thing is built out of 2x10 pieces or 2x8 flat pieces that are curved and then taped together. So all you purists out there can just go cry yourselves to sleep at night, because I used tape and I couldn't figure out any other way to do it. See all the detail underneath the map, all of the little attention to detail, because that was my main focus, to get it as realistic as possible to the game, as close to the actual game as possible. The back of the main structure is multicolored because you'll never see that in the stop motion movie I want to make with this map. And you see the foam underneath, the white foam. I originally built this on foam and then on a cork board, which was also located on top of a bumper pool table. Now the foam and corkboard is like one of the worst things to build Legos on because there's no stability. I need a hard surface, but I couldn't do anything about it when I started the map. But as the map got bigger and bigger and I got more serious about making this model, I decided that I had to change the foundation of the whole map. And that's a big deal because I had to take it all apart again. So this is how it looked right before I had to take it apart. Alright, it was on the corkboard, on the foam, and that's it. Sat there on the pool table. Now right here, I took it off and I bought an 11 by 7 foot piece of plywood, which is great as a base. And I just transferred the rest of the model on with the corkboard. But the problem was that the actual Zanzibar model needs an 11 by 8 foot piece of foundation. So I had to add this extra foot on with the help of my friend Mike. And we added this other foot on, I forget how, just by hinging it together or stapling it or just nailing it, whatever. It becomes a bigger table. And that created a very good foundation. And some of you might have seen this footage before, but this is how I took the model off of the corkboard and foam and transferred it onto the main the main base, the new wooden base, which is much sturdier. And it didn't take long, but when I posted this on the internet, everybody just screamed, why did I take it apart? And oh my god, I added Mario music to the original video. Well, too bad. It was a fun video. It was fun to take it apart, and that's what's great about Legos, guys. You can take them apart, put them together, do what you want with them. That's what makes them fun. So here's what it looked like, all taken apart, all just destroyed. Now, here's the most important thing in the map, the cradle for the fan. Everything revolves around this cradle. In the video game, the cradle actually goes underneath the map. So what I had to do is I had to cut a piece of the plywood out and submerge it about a couple inches, 2 inches underneath the rest of the map. That way the fan can sit underneath all of the other Legos and it will look much more authentic to the map. So once I rebuilt everything and got it back together, I started to build the seawall. And like I said, I wanted this to be made out of sand red bricks, but I couldn't find a big enough quantity of sand red bricks, so I made it out of brown. And once I built that, I put everything else on, and these pictures were taken in the summer of 2006, right before I went to my first year of college. When I got back the next summer, I put the ground cover on, the sand, and I actually rebuilt the main structure and added all those stripes and things. Now here's a picture of what I wanted to do with the fan. I couldn't figure out how to do the fan originally, so I added a bunch of hinges, but luckily I figured out a better way to do it with some of the other pieces, and it looked good. I even made a life-size no swimming sign, just like in the game, for fun. But that got taken apart to put in the wall in the back left. So that's it. That's Lego Zanzibar, guys. Check it out on the Halo 3 Special Legendary Edition Special DVD. It's on there. I'll see you guys later.